اهلا وسهلا يزيد الشمسي كيف الحال؟ Comment vas-tu? How are you?
Nice to see you again.
All the languages that we talk. Yazeed, you were the winner of KPMG Global Tech competition, Global Tech Innovator competition this year in 2024. Actually last year, but we are organizing
3 months ago.
3 months ago, exactly. We were together in Lisbon presenting your amazing project, EJARI, which is not a project, actually it's a company that is running. Used to be a project. Exactly. What a journey! What a journey! Even during the last month, so many things happened to you. I'm very, very happy. Can you tell to the audience what EJARI is doing? What is your field?
So I'll give you the backstory. I was a college student in the UK. I started my career in Japan, and I eventually moved back to Saudi. When I moved back to Saudi, I wanted to rent an apartment, only to find out that the entire market structure in Saudi operated on a yearly payment structure. So it was a burden for me, a burden for a lot of people. I faced the problems various times on both a professional and personal basis. And one day we thought, why not go solve it ourselves? So essentially what we're providing is a rent now, pay later solution, where we pay the rent on behalf of the customer to the landlord, and the customer can pay us on a monthly basis.
Fantastic. I had this problem when I arrived in Saudi Arabia. All the rents are yearly.
Exactly.
Sometimes, if you're lucky,
6
months, but it's never easy to put all that money up front.
Exactly.
I guess there is a big part of the problems that you're facing, that you are helping to tackle, that is help with digital transformation, right?
Yes.
So how technology is involved into this process?
So when we started, we thought, let's not include too much technology. Let's do it manually. Let's learn. Let's experiment. Let's iterate, and then let's build upon our experiences, embed that digital experience based on our experiences and what we've done. So when we started, we had an Excel sheet. We didn't have an app. We didn't have a website. We didn't have anything really but a waiting list. Today we have a mobile app. We have a digital app. We have a lot of automation in our processes. Our infrastructure is much more complex in the way that we go about doing things. I'd say about 90% of our process today is digitally led versus when we started where it wasn't really digitally led. But also part of that goes back to the government infrastructure, the financial infrastructure that we have in Saudi, how it has enabled us to follow a digital first approach in everything that we do and how we think about things and approach things.
So do you think the real estate landscape in Saudi Arabia has more opportunities for digital transformation like the one EJARI is offering?
So the real estate regulator is relatively new as a regulator. They were established in 2017, spent the first 3 years planning out what they were going to do, hiring the people, and only really started implementing regulations in 2021. So recently they've launched a regulatory sandbox where companies like us can go in the sandbox environment, test out new technologies, test out new business models, try things out, and then go do it on a much larger scale in the market. Last year, there was about 40 PropTechs in Saudi. This year, 80 to 90. Funding has increased significantly year on year. It keeps increasing. And we're seeing more diverse types of PropTech. So I think 3 to 4 years ago, most of them were digital marketplaces for searching for properties to buy or rent. And they were seeing much more diverse types of companies, whether in the intersection of fintech like us, or whether things like customer relationship management, infrastructure for real estate offices, automation for real estate offices. So I think it's early days. There's still a lot more to be done within the space, and we're excited to be part of the journey.
This is fantastic to know that even when the rules and the policies of Saudi Arabia are not ready for something new, there is this sandbox concept where you can have the right to not follow the rules for a couple of years while you are testing your product. It's a proof that Saudi Arabia is conscious that the environment is very changing and that we need to welcome innovation.
Exactly.
Like EJARI is one of them, of course. One question is about EJARI, more specifically. How do you see EJARI leveraging the new technologies that we are seeing here at the Leap, like everybody's talking about AI and generative AI. How do you see yourself continuing to leverage the new technologies that are trending now in your journey?
So we follow a digital first approach in everything that we do. We try to embed technology in each part of the process, whether it's customer facing, whether it's landlord facing, whether it's internal operations. One area where we think there's a lot of potential for us to implement AI and machine learning is in the credit assessment process, in the underwriting process. We have so much data points that we look at. Well, I'll give you an example. When we started our first cohort of customers, we did no underwriting. We had a 15% delinquency rate. We looked at that data, we built a feedback loop into the second cohort. We added 5 data points as initial KYC data points. Delinquencies dropped from 14 to 15% to about 4 or 3%. Looked at that data, built a feedback loop into our third cohort. Right now it's under 1%, and we're looking for more data points to look at. What more data can we take from customers, look at from customers that will be indicative of customer behavior? So those are maybe the biggest areas where we're looking to implement AI and machine learning.
This is fascinating because in your case, you don't just do the KYC like banks.
Yeah.
You have to do the KYC, but also the KYL, the landlord.
Exactly. And it's all done digitally. We don't have a person there that's job is to check the credit application, to check the paperwork, to check the data metrics. It's all done in a digital first approach where we've built systems that are able to analyze these data points, connect the different data points together, and eventually come to a solution or whether we were going to onboard the customer or decide not to onboard the customer.
The real estate sector is something that you know very, very well, obviously, because you're operating in it. I guess you already know that there is other challenges that are not your focus, but that exist, and that you know that someone should to try to tackle. Can you name some of them?
So, in our case, what our grand vision is to be a real estate super app.
Yeah.
So today we're starting with payments facilitation, helping people pay their rent, helping landlords receive a full year's rent upfront. If you look at the tenant's journey as a tenant, today we're helping them pay their rent. They move into a unit tomorrow, it's an empty unit. Let's help them furnish it, because there are no digital furnishing solutions. They furnish it, they live in it, a light bulb goes off. Let's help them fix it. Tomorrow they want to move to another unit. Let's offer a packing and moving service. Instead of calling someone, hit a button, a team will come help you pack your stuff. So that's just on the customer side, and there are so many other innovations to be on. But also on the landlord side, whether it's property management SaaS solutions, facility management SaaS solutions, I think it is a very much under-penetrated area locally when it comes to real estate digitization, and there's so much opportunities and places to invest in.
This is amazing, amazing. A super app for tenants and landlords. This is a very interesting vision. I wish you that this becomes true quickly, and I wish it to myself also, because I'm one of them.
Exactly.
So, what advice would you offer to the new generation of entrepreneurs that are like you, going through this journey? Not necessarily in the real estate sector, but you are a very well-known entrepreneur in Saudi Arabia. You even bumped on your client coming to this to this podcast. So there is many entrepreneurs that are looking up at you. What kind of advice you have for them to succeed in Saudi Arabia?
So Saudi is open to the world, whether it's from an ideas perspective or whether it's from a capital perspective. There is so much capital slushing around, especially when it comes to early stage startups. I think this is the time to go out and take a chance. This is the time to go out and experiment. This is the time where, in my case, or me and my founders, we're solving our own problems.
Yes.
So, following that approach and that, find a problem that you have or someone that you know have, try to go solving it. Follow an experimentation approach, try things out, see what works, what doesn't. We pivoted our business model 7 or 8 times, since we started until today. So we're in this continuous iteration process where we're always trying things out, we're always experimenting, we're always talking to customers, always talking to landlords, talking to people in the ecosystem, building a feedback loop, what works, what doesn't, doing a lot of A/B testing. But this is truly the time. I think this is the Saudi revolution when it comes to digital infrastructure, startups, and venture capital investment. So if it's not now, I don't know when.
And do you think technology plays an important role into this?
So the beautiful thing about this is the infrastructure readiness from a government standpoint. There's over 300 government APIs today available for startups at discounted prices of 90%.
Wow.
From year one. So there are specific government authorities whose job is to help startups get the ball rolling and succeed. So the Digital Government Authority, for example, the National Technology Development Programs, we've developed specific entities, authorities, and ministries whose goal is to help startups, provide them that technical infrastructure that they need at very competitive pricing, and help them across different parts of their journey from ideation until IPO.
Wow, this is amazing. So Saudi Arabia is really a nice place to have a business, to run it, and you will be helped by the government, helped by the ecosystem.
I would say for anyone that's doubtful, for anyone that hasn't been here, come to an event like Leap or any of the other startup events, feel the energy, talk to people, be on the ground, see what's happening. Because I think, after Silicon Valley, it's probably the best place of the world to be in.
This
right
is
now.
a bold statement, and I totally second it. This is Yazeed Al-Shamsi, CEO of EJARI and winner of the KPMG Global Tech Innovator Competition of 2024. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for
and
hosting
thank you
me.
for what you are doing for this magnificent company.
Thank you for the support, Jan, and the entire KPMG team. I think what you guys are doing is amazing, not just in terms of your local work as an innovation head or leading the innovation hub in Saudi, but also the global competitions that you're doing, the spotlight that you guys are putting on to Saudi, because it really is a very exciting place to be.
Thank you, Yazid. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.